Hello and welcome to this ISJ Leaders in Security video. My name is James Thorpe and I'm the editor of International Security Journal. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Rachael, Shattock and Verity Noon of 19 Group, the organisers of International Security Expo and International Cyber Expo. The co-located events return to London Olympia in September, offering visitors an in-person look at the latest security technologies, as well as a chance to network with peers and source new business. Rachael, Verity, for those who may not know, would you mind telling our viewers a little bit more about International Security Expo and International Cyber Expo?
Yes, I can. Well, we're both really excited to be bringing the events back to Olympia on the 26th and 27th of September. 4 weeks to go from this week, really ramping up to those show dates. We've outgrown the venue, really. The event that was launched last year, the International Cyber Expo, was in the West Hall. We outgrew that and we're now taking the whole of the National and Grand Halls. So it's much bigger than last year. Pre-registration is completely through the roof, so we are looking for a very busy show. It's really important that people do pre-register online before they get in advance. But we will have about 15,000 people coming through the doors over both days, and we are covering so many different product areas, so many different sectors, transport, retail, healthcare, banking, the government sector, law enforcement, major events. It's all going to be covered, and it's a real event that's open to so many different vertical sectors, and there's something for everyone. And the two co-located events are open to each visitor, so you may be registered for the International Cyber Expo. You can come into the International Security Expo as well with one pass. It's free to attend across both halls. There is so much going on, so it's a real must attend event for the calendar this year.
Absolutely. I am so excited. This is what we work for all year round. What I'm most impressed about this year is the quality of the visitors that are registering. Verity mentioned numbers there, hugely important. It's going to be a jam-packed show, busy aisles, but it's the quality that's coming through. And particularly on the international side of things, obviously after the last couple of years with COVID, we really are seeing pre-level COVID levels back and some, and I'm really pleased because what we've got there is our Connect Plus Live program, which is matchmaking our qualified buyers with our hand-picked exhibitors. And also this year we've put much more resource into our international delegations program, and because of that, the pre-registration on the international side of things is really great. But the quality, I cannot believe. Our marketing manager this week sent me a sample of those that had registered in the last 3 days alone, and the level that is coming through, I personally can't even believe it. So I'm really excited, really excited.
Yeah, I think when I last checked the registration list myself, there was about 112 different countries registered. So that's a huge cross-section of the world coming along to Olympia. Real truly international show.
Absolutely. One of the key things as well for me is the ongoing support we get from the government. And for me, that is one of the USPs of our show that makes us stand out from all the other security shows out there. As you know, James, you were at the show last year. Tom Tugendhat, the Minister of State and Security, he attended. He did his first public address at our event. And again, I'm very much hoping he will attend this year. Invitations are out for him to attend. But the government zone itself, again, returns this year. We have over 15 departments and agencies, so ranging from the British Transport Police, JSOC, we've got DASA. New for this year, we've also got DSTL, which we're very pleased to welcome, ACE, RISK, SIA, the list goes on. But it's really key to the show, a central part for people to join and hear about the policies of government.
But it's not just government as well. It's obviously the media, the association support that we have. I think there's about 75, just over 75 different publications and associations that officially support the show, providing us with a huge amount of promotion, but also bringing their members and circulation. So, you know, it's a really great to have so many people behind us and working with us. It's a community event. So, you know, by the community, for the community. We have a community village there. We have a lot of also charities and not-for-profit organisations that we work with, because we really want to support the full cross-section of institutions and bodies and associations that represent this market. And we will have an official charity again this year. We're working with the NSPCC, a really important charity, and we do a lot of work to promote them, and they'll be seen a lot around the show, and ways you can donate and support them as well. Yeah, a lot going on.
Fantastic. I mean, and obviously, you know, moving to kind of looking at the exhibitor side of things for a second, technology, obviously people will be flooding into the shows, whether you're in the physical security space or you work in cybersecurity. There's a lot of service providers and manufacturers demonstrating their products and solutions at the events. Can you tell us a little bit about what the technology on show and perhaps some of the pavilions and zones as well?
We've got a huge array, as you said. We're working with many media partners, but also the associations, the industry associations that we have covered across both shows. So in the cyber event, we have an ADS and Tech UK pavilion, we have an IASME pavilion, a Quest pavilion, we also have a Scottish IS pavilion, and from government, a DSIT pavilion, Department of Science, Innovation and Technology. So lots of pavilions on the cyber side of it. Also on the cyber side, we've got an international pavilion from INCIBE, Spanish government pavilion as well. So it'd be great to see the internationals come in there. And on the physical security side in ISE, we have a SCEG pavilion. Obviously, that is covering those exhibitors that deliver security in complex and challenging environments. So there's over 12 exhibitors within that pavilion. And then we have our counter threat pavilion, which is supported by Counter EO, CBRN UK and DPAC. So lots of pavilions showing the importance of the entire cross-section of industry.
And then the exhibition floor itself, I mean, there's
bustling.
Yeah, there's over 300, I think, on the security side, and another 175 approximately on the cyber side. So the exhibition floor is pretty big. It's definitely worth taking 2 full days out to come and look around everything that's going on, because as well as what we've got on the show floor, a lot of these exhibitors are going to be doing their own little demos. There'll be some competitions and some giveaways, so there's a lot to see and do. And we really do cover the full spectrum of product categories here, the likes of perimeter protection, access control, screening and scanning, surveillance, drone, counter-drone, and obviously cybersecurity solutions. There's so much covered. The full breadth and product categories are displayed. And then some of those exhibitors on each side will be then presenting some of their solutions and bringing them to life a little bit more on stage. We have the Tech Hub stage on the cyber side and the Product Innovation Theatre to give people an idea of what those solutions are like in practice. They might have some case studies of how they've been applied, and they're a really must attend on some of those sessions. And we've got our founding partners and our premier partners that have come back and are taking quite good presence on the show floor.
Sizable space.
So we've got some of the big brands, but also some of the startups. It's not all about the big brands, it's about those smaller companies and the new bits of tech coming through. We're really covering everything, and we've got some really amazing kind of startup showcases where there's be some of those new pieces of technology you won't have seen before.
And the innovation that's just coming through.
And we will have some investors coming through as well that are coming to see what those startups have got to say, to see whether there's some investment opportunities there too. So it really is the place to be, to see what's new on the market, and to kind of select and review, and hopefully purchase what your new security solutions and cyber solutions might be.
Fantastic. I mean, obviously we touched on, the demos and the stage part of it there. And Rachel, I'll come to you for this part of it to start with. When we're looking at the content program for this year, I know you have a really strong advisory council, and you really, cooperate and network with the industry to put your conference programs together. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of, a brief overview of what the content looks like across both shows?
Absolutely. As you say, our event is a collaboration of government, industry and academia. And as you say, we have 2 advisory councils, 1 for each show. They're chaired by the ex-security minister, Admiral Lord West on the physical security side of things, and Kieran Martin. We're very privileged to have Kieran involved on the cyber side of it. And the advisory councils, I think we have over 100 experts that sit on our advisory council, and these are the most credible senior people within the industry, within government and in academia. And we're very lucky because we engage with them all year round, and they help shape the content. They add value to us, they add their knowledge throughout the year, so we can really deliver the very best of content programs. And I am so excited about this year's content program. Verity will cover what we've got going on and how many conferences, but all of it is CPD accredited. We're very lucky that the Security Institute and also the CPD group itself certify our content. So no, delighted. Verity, do you want to cover some of the key themes we're covering this year?
Yeah, so we have quite a few different content theatres on the show floor, because we do like to offer a lot of educational content. It's all CPD certified, so you can obviously earn towards CPD credits by attending the sessions. And we have the likes of the Global Cyber Summit, we have the Global Counter-Terror and Serious Organised Crime Summit, the
Just runs off the tongue.
the International Security Conference, the Risk and Resilience Conference. So there's a lot of theatres, but the content is very different in all of them. So you do need to get that the agendas in front of you and have a look at the different sessions to make sure you don't miss anything. The level of content and the level of speaker is exceptionally high. You know, we do go out of our way to find those key speakers. It's not the likes of exactly who you've seen on lots of different
not one of the mill.
No, we do go out of our way to try and find. We've got an extremely experienced content director who is working on this all year round. And you know, I see a lot of content theatres at other events, and they're normally paid for. Of this type of level, you pay for this content, but ours is completely free of charge. You can dip in and out of the sessions you want and see what you need to see.
And they're in kind of bite-sized chunks as well, and they're not too long, the sessions, 20 to 40-minute sessions, so you can pop in and out.
Yeah, and there's presentations, there's panels, there's all different types of, you know, fireside chats.
Formats,
so,
and
it's not just, you know, death by PowerPoint. It's a really, really interesting programme. And just to give you an idea of the themes, obviously the Martin's Law is a very key theme, and has been for a while now. And we have Vegan Murray speaking again, which is an amazing speaker to have on the programme. But we also like to have, we call the Realities of Terror, which is that kind of real life type impact and victim impact type sessions, which are quite hard hitting, and I think have been quite hard to watch and watch some of the over the years. But it's again a really, really key thing, I think, to talk and listen to the victims. We've got Gabby Hutchinson as well, who was the mother involved with the Brixton Academy attack. These are real life scenarios here, and we like to bring that to the forefront and talk about these because it affects everyone. And so we've got that running through the conference theatres. You know, cyber is a big theme, and that runs through. We've got a dedicated theatre for that, but it's also a theme that runs through everything. AI is covered, and we've got a really, really detailed agenda here. So I really recommend you going onto the websites and having a look at the agendas before you come, to make sure you don't miss anything on the conference theatres. Russia, Ukraine, it's an international flavour, it's not just UK perspectives. And so, you know, we're covering the latest information here. You're going to find things out that you didn't really already know before you came. So we like to have the latest information presented on those stages.
And including government and the policy makers and setters. Also diversity, it's a key theme and a constant theme running throughout all our conferences. Such a hugely important topic, and we're really exploring how it benefits all organisations to be diverse across the board. So yeah, really looking forward to those conferences and summits.
Fantastic. And I mean, I've spoken to a lot of them, you know, some of the speakers will be in attendance. I know they're very excited about, you know, discussing a lot of key themes like you touched on there. And also, you know, from a visitor perspective, obviously I'll be attending the International Security Expo and International Cyber Expo myself. You know, I always love the live demonstrations. I think they're really exciting and engaging kind of part of the show. So can you tell me a little bit more about, you know, what you've got in store on that front, Rachel? Maybe if you want to go into a little bit of detail about
absolutely. They're one of my favourite parts as well, because it kind of brings it to life, and particularly on the cyber side of things, when things can be a bit dry and difficult to put some life into. The demonstrators and immersive experiences that we have really does help that educational piece, but in an engaging way. So on the cyber side of things, we've got 3 demonstrators. We have the crisis customer immersive demonstrator, and that really allows our visitors to better understand the current threats and how to prepare, how to source the products that they need to increase their cyber resilience. It's delivered by street actors. It's on a huge rotating stage. One side is all dolled up to be the hacker's bedroom, the other side, the boardroom, and it's the interaction that plays out. But it's great because it's theatre, it's bringing it to life, so that's great. We're then lucky to have Cyber Griffin, the City of London Police. They have their award-winning tabletop exercises, and that's really designed to explore the decisions that people make and their behaviour in real-life scenarios. And you can get into teams, you can do it individually, but that's actually quite good. We've done it as a team, haven't we?
I did it last year, and it was focused around a manufacturing plant as the scenario, and I think I blew the whole plant up.
Oh,
so I definitely failed with decision making on the cyber side.
Did you learn? Did you take something away?
I definitely learned. Good job I'm not in that responsibility.
Yeah. And then lastly, the other demonstrator that we have, or immersive feature, which is new for cyber this year, is the Metropolitan Police and their cyber crime unit are delivering an escape room. So we're putting people's skills to the test, but under the clock. So we're looking forward to that as well. Maybe we can have a go at that and see whether we fare better on that one.
Yeah. It's really good to see some new things coming through, Sue, because we like to mix up the content and deliver it in very interactive, immersive ways to make the visitor experience, taking 2 days out of the office to come to these shows. We don't take it lightly. We know that, it's hard to get out of the office. And so to make it a bit of fun, a learning experience, is really part of what we do at these shows. But on the security side, then, it doesn't stop there. We've obviously got more. We've got the perimeter protection zone, and within that we have the LPCB,
all these acronyms.
Live testing lab.
There's a lot.
And that's a lot of fun. It's quite loud. We do try and strategically put it in a place of the hall that's not too destructive, but it's people physically smashing doors and bollards and testing the equipment to see how they stack up. So that's a lot of fun, and quite noisy, but quite interactive too. And then we have the counter threat demonstrations. So the likes of the Counter EO and CBRN UK, for example, we mentioned earlier, that we're supporting, they'll be coming and bringing some live interaction, robotics, so robots, and some other
suits and disruptors in there as well.
Yes, yeah. Again, to really show how things work in real life. We will have some staging there to make that look quite in scenario and in context. But they're a lot of fun and definitely worth stopping by to watch some of the demonstrations throughout both days. And again, check the website out for the agendas to make sure you fill your itinerary and you don't miss anything.
Fantastic. And just to finish, obviously a massive part of the events is the networking component, and I think in an industry like security, given people the opportunity, businesses and individuals, to a little bit more casually discuss what they're doing and their work and what their background is, I think it's really valuable to the ongoing progression of the industry. So can you tell me a little bit, just finally, about kind of what's available on the networking front at this year's events?
Absolutely. So on the cyber side, I'm really delighted. We are launching an event called Grab the Mic, Women in Cyber. And this is really a networking event. It's a 2.5-hour event up on the gallery level. We're doing it in collaboration with Assured Intelligence and Eleanor Dalloway. And it aims to educate, inspire, and most importantly, connect incredible women within our industry. It's a mixture of keynotes, panels, and really a hell of a lot of advice on how to secure the job of your dreams. So that's one networking event. And then at the end of day one, which I hope you'll join us for, James, we're going to get everybody together for a networking drinks reception. So the drinks are on us, but most importantly, it will allow us to really digest the day. And that's where a lot of business is done. Networking is so important to these two industries. On the side of things, to ensure that things get going, like last year, we have the Cyber House Party lot. They've got over 6 DJs coming in. They're going to be raising that roof of Olympia. I think if anybody was there last year, they saw the buzz and the vibe. We're hoping to create that again, and it's all in a good cause as well, because as Verity mentioned earlier, we are supporting NSPCC, and there will be donation points available to ensure that we raise money for a good cause as well. So do join us to drink. What about on the security side of things?
So obviously we have another networking area within the Security Expo, and although we won't have the DJs, we do have the Shadow Monkeys, who are an incredible band, live band, I've seen them many times, and they will get people kind of up and dancing should you wish to. But have a beer, have a drink on us, and come down to either one of the or both.
Or both.
Go
in between the two.
Have a bit of a DJ set or visit the band, and again, it's our opportunity to kind of give back a bit to the industry, because I know a lot of events again don't tend to do networking events for the whole event. It tends to maybe just for the exhibition. Well, we are much more open to everyone. So everyone there, VIPs, speakers, visitors, exhibitors, everyone, come down and join us and have a drink about an hour and a half after the show. We want to see you there and network with you. There's just one more thing I think that was new for this year that we haven't mentioned actually, which I just want to mention as well, is there's the wellbeing corner.
That's absolutely right. On the cyber side of things, God, we've got so much content, James. We can't even remember our own content that we're putting together. It is now. Cyber, we know it's a stressful area, high staff turnover. It's really important that within the bustle of these events, you've heard how much we've got going on. It's going to be noisy, it's going to be bustling. We're providing really an oasis, a quiet area, particularly for those maybe that are neurodiverse, but those that just want some chill out time, some time out. We've got masseurs there. We've got really also a resource bank and some wellbeing experts to be able to signpost people when things do get a bit much, of areas that they can get help in as well. So we're delighted to be offering that area, because I think it is important that we look after ourselves. We all work very stressful, very busy jobs, and so it's important that we do take a bit of time out.
That sounds like a really valuable initiative. And look, I mean, thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Obviously, there's a lot to look forward to as both events return to Olympia on the 26th, 27th of September. For any of the viewers watching, if you head to the website, you'll be able to see all the conference agendas and be able to pre-register for the event there. And thank you for watching today. Cheers. Thanks for taking the time to speak to me.
No problem, James. Lovely to speak to you as always.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.